You talk about the beauty of indefiniteness and how you are moved by the uncontrollable. When I see Julia on a bike, I imagine that riding like that must be all about the same. How do you manage the uncontrollable desire when filming?
Well, like improvisation and this kind of
Yes.
stuff. Yeah, for me it was really important to build this film. I mean, it's an epic movie, really fiction one, but I wanted the film to be uh, to be in this kind of documentary approach.
Mm.
So the balance between what is written and what is unwritten, it's like a kind of in movement all the time. And I believe in movement in creation, and especially for this film, it was in the center of everything, because the movement, it's the body of the actors. So they were. I focused myself just to follow the body movement of the time. And I think in this movie, bodies express a lot, even more than the words. And I think it's a film on like a glance on bodies and how the body could be more than the first aspect, like the physical aspect. So there are a lot of layers of what a body is, and in terms of representation. And to answer to your question, I think all the sequences were super written, and really prepared, because with the actors we decided to isolate ourselves to prepare all the sequences and the film and the roles. And for sure we improvised a lot, and so I rewrite a lot for them. But on the set, it was like a kind of, okay, we are the technical team, and for me, I wanted the actors to spread all the energy on the set, for us as a technical team to be super little and to be like a kind of if we were super en trop, what's the translation of that, like kind of as we were like how can I say that? I have the French expression, but I don't find the English expression of that. Yes, en trop. I don't know, maybe you will
No, yeah. But I think I understand actually. This was the next question. This was about the realism of the bodies. Julie carries within her both a larger than life, almost erotic drive, especially when she relates to the bikes she steals, and also a drive that glows inside her, a death drive, that glows like a beautiful star inside her. This body, like the intro song Corpo Apenas, doesn't belong here. It's too rare for Earth, and there is nothing we can do for her, only learn from her. At least I thought it. What do you think this should tell us?
the body.
Yeah, or this relation with this body, that we can do nothing for it. We can only learn from it.
Yeah, it's about being a subject and not an object, and
Mhm.
we're used to that, like being an object of the glances, and being trapped in definition as bodies, as person, as human beings. And the film tried to 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 destruct this kind of representation. And the body, yes, because Julie, I mean Julie Ledru, she plays Julia in the movie, but Julia, she's always fighting against glances, like in terms of oppression. It could be like seductive glances from the male-dominated world, or it could be maybe kind of fantasy that it's super disturbing to receive. So she's always fighting against that. and because she has the motorcycle and this passion, because I think the motorcycle is a kind of to empower herself inside this world. It's kind of appendage. The bike, it's an appendage for her. So she will find a way to be free of that and to be in movement on the dirt bike and to avoid to be trapped with the glances and the representation and the definition. And this character her name is Julia, but her nickname is the Unknown. So it's about how to be free, because how to be free and not defined as a female, for example, because it's a character who is really in between worlds. She's in between gender, she's in the spectrum of the genders representation, she's in between the world of the dead and the life, she's in between the dreams and the reality. So she's always this kind of super free and free character. And then for yes, we learn a lot because it's about the experience of being, this human being crossing this community, wanted to be on the top of the creating this kind of legend inside the community and being on the top, being above and be to get the power and to be recognized. So it's
Okay. I have just one more question. One of the things I loved the most was the way you gave us a view inside a unique reality that establishes a physical relationship with the viewer through the handling of high-powered machines as a ultimate thing, and the way that the act of filming itself portrayed. Of course, the several references to classic cinema, relation between asphalt, desert, bikes, cowboys, riding through the horizon without fearing death. It made me think that Julie subverts her own imaginary with her bike, just as I imagine a director has to do with a camera. Do you agree?
I don't get your question so much.
It's like Julia's world and the imaginary that we see. It's most portrayed by figures that we can relate to classic cinema, cowboys and westerns, and most dominated by men. And she subverts it all without destroying it. And I was asking you if you think, as a director, when you're filming in this uncontrollable way, you're improvised. Sometimes you have your images, but you have to subvert it through.
Ah, yes. Yes, but for me, I didn't work a lot with a lot of. I work with archetypes, but not figures really known, picked up in films, because you don't have the equivalent or the type that you can destroy or distort. But maybe I thought about Travis, this main character in The Taxi Driver, who is this kind of super dark character, really mysterious, really violent, and not moral at all. And we don't have the equivalents for female character. So I thought a lot about him to build Julia, because I wanted her to be not seductive, super irreverent, super violent anger, with a lot of anger inside, and I wanted her to be really mysterious and not to explain a lot, and yes, and it's a dark character as well. So, but yes, I think it's really important to build new representations, and I'm really connected to the queer theories and how to create dissidence images, made with elements that we know, like clichés, stereotypes, archetypes, but to distort it, to create plural representations, new form of new visions, new emotion. And I think Julia is the perfect example of that, because she has a lot of layers in terms of representation, in terms of normative representation as well, because yes, she's in between the gender. She could perform the normative masculine codes, but she could perform the normative feminine codes as well, but she's really in between. And I think the more important thing in the movie, it's what she has inside her, like it's a subjectivity and a spiritual inner voice she has, and the fact that the body, it's a kind of a trap. So yeah, she wants to be free of the body, because we are more than bodies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. So sorry for being like super.
Putain, j'ai l'impression que j'ai pris un shoot avec ta moto.
C'est l'adrénaline.